Hello, and welcome to the session. Today, we are going to start our journey to learn Java. So, before going into diving into Java, let's understand some basics. Okay, so let's go from a computer. So, everyone, most of them would be knowing this. Computer is nothing but a combination of hardware and software. So, when you say hardware, it means what processor it has, for example, Intel or ARM and etc. And software on which OS it is operating, basically Windows or Linux or Android or Mac, something like that. Okay, so let's now go into what is Java. Java is a programming language, we all know that. But now, what is programming language? Why would we learn a programming language? What is the use of it? So basically, what we can do with a programming language, we can write programs. So now, what is a program? In simple terms, program is nothing but a set of instructions given to a computer to get a task done. So here I have an example for you guys. So let's take in our daily lives. Okay, we need to do something. For that, we need a set of instructions, right? So let's say, for an example, you are trying to cook for the first time, and basically you need a set of instruction like how to cook and what to do. So either your mom might help you, or you might probably watch YouTube videos. So you follow this set of instructions and you complete your task. So similar way, a computer, can it understand a human language? No, a computer can't understand a human language. So how to communicate with the computer, how to give a certain set of tasks to the computer and ask the computer to do it. So how can we do that? So basically, we need a language which computer can understand. So what computer can understand? Computer can understand a machine code. Okay, a machine code is nothing but a streams of zeros and ones. Okay, so it will be a streams of zeros and ones. So basically, it would look like this. Okay. So basically, these are instructions given to a machine. I mean, instructions given to a computer. So the input we have to give in machine code to the computer so that it will give the output. Fine. So can we write in machine code? So there is option to write in machine code. Okay. But is it really possible to um, remember what all binary digits are associated with alphabets? It's really very hard. So every alphabet in English has a corresponding zeros and one streams. Example A might assign to this binary and B to this and C to this. Okay, we can't just remember each stream, what we are representing, and we give it to computer. So it is a tedious job and prone to errors. So how to communicate with the computer? There is an option. So there is something called high level language, which is actually very close to human language and understandable by human. Okay. So it would look like this example, which says int num1 is equal to 5, num2 is equal to 2, and int sum is equal to num1 plus num2, and printf the sum is num. So this seems like English and Max, something between English and Max. And also, if you see this example, it looks like how we assign variables in mathematics, like x is equal to 2, y is equal to 5, and then z is equal to x plus 5. Something like that. So this is called a high level language. Okay. But the computer can't understand the high level language. Okay. It will only understand the machine code. So then how will the machine understand the high level language? Then there comes the compiler. Okay. So it is machine code. Okay. So we can write programs, a set of instructions in a high level language, and that high level language with the use of compiler, there is something called compiler. So you just remember this for now. And going forward, everything will make sense. So there is something called compiler, and this compiler will compile this high level language into machine code, which is um streams of zeros and ones binary code. And this binary code is used by the computer to run the set of instructions, and it will give the desired output. So examples of high level language. So we have many high level languages, C, C++, and obviously Java. And we have other high level languages as well. So when Java was created, C, C++ was already there. So what's the need for Java? So let's discuss this in our coming sessions. So before that, we'll briefly look into what we have covered today. So we have covered what is a computer and what is Java and what is a programming language. Why would we learn a programming language? What is a program? How to communicate with a computer? And what is a machine code? And how the high level language is actually converted to machine code and executed by a computer. So in the next session, we'll see what is the need for Java. So, okay, until then, thanks. Let's see in the next session.